Chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Padre de
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Que me devuelva la tierra que me han quitado los de arriba, porque es lo único que tengo, caramba, la tierra mía, señores, miren que la he trabajado, pa' que vengan a sentarse a repartirla en pedazos, para el que no sabe, semilla, que tiene cabeza de oro y veneno entre las costillas, porque traga pavimento, y cada que puede baila encima de mis muertos. Que me devuelvan la tierra que me han quitado los de arriba, porque es lo único que tengo, caramba, la tierra mía, porque es lo único que tengo, caramba, la tierra mía, porque es lo único que tengo, caramba, la tierra mía, porque es lo único que tengo. Caramba, la tierra mía. Vamos a liberar la tierra que nos quitó el de allá arriba, porque es lo único que tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra, porque es lo único que tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra, porque es lo único que tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra, porque es lo único que tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra, porque es lo único que tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra. tenemos, caramba, la tierra nuestra. Vamos a liberarla, 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 vamos a liberarla.
Across the block, Kaheb, Belajah, where I get my chala. Who reporting live from the universe? Just the First Nations MC. You could do the search. Who been through the worst? Surviving genocide, fighting for a better life. They try to set aside the true history and keep us mystical. They say they founded this country on biblical principles. It's so cynical, but I'm an analyst. It's murderous. They refer to us as merciless. Indian savages. Now that's written in the Declaration of Independence. That's no kidding. Hey, open up your heart and let love lead the way. Light your path with the words that I speak today. Let the lessons flow, arrive and bless your soul. Systematic racism alive, intentional. Know better, do better, it's the motto. It's the good medicine, the hard pill to swallow. Know better, do better, it's the motto. It's the good medicine, the hard pill to swallow.
His daily life was filled with ceremony, and every act had some significance. The Indians believed in the spiritual, the mysterious.
El autor viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
Hermosa. Bueno. Yeah, I probably wondering why I'm doing late sessions. It's just I've been busy, man. I've been busy and I've been trying to focus on my work because I have a goal in mind. And when I have a goal in mind, I fucking focus on my goal. And you know what I mean? I try not to let nothing get in the way of it. So that's why I'm not doing these other longer classes. I promise you, man, all of the things that I do is for a purpose, eventually to show one of the classes that I've been working on, which I have it all set. Everything's all in line. I have no reason not to do the video. Today it was just late. But considering how the week is going, I am going to run that shit on Friday, and that's going to be at least this one that I've been talking about for some time. I'm going to show you guys a different perspective on how these motherfuckers showed up over here. Okay? I'm going to give you a different perspective, just like I was the first one to show you. Show you exactly like where we migrated from. We didn't go around no fucking Africa, you know what I mean? We went from west to east. Anyways, with all that said, what is the topic? Los judíos odian mexicanos. I want to remind you of this shit. And I don't know how long I'll go, maybe an hour and a half, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to make it quick. Let's go back and listen to the actual facts of how they felt towards us since the beginning of time. This is, again, in 1960 or 70, I believe.
Padres de Palestina fueron, ahora con mayor información, después de haber hablado ampliamente con el señor Arafat, apoyo el reconocimiento de los derechos nacionales de Palestina, la devolución de los territorios ilegalmente ocupados por Israel y el cumplimiento de las determinaciones de las Naciones Unidas. Y esto lo vamos a decir en Israel dentro de unas horas, y yo lo haré, desde luego, porque es una experiencia para Latinoamérica esta gira, para que cada país tenga mayor información y mayores elementos de juicio para adoptar una posición. Incluso comparó la situación palestina con la de México, al haber sufrido constantes intervenciones extranjeras y pérdidas territoriales.
All right, so you guys heard that. In case you don't speak Spanish, go back and translate it. What up, Brown Ray? How you doing, brother? Good to have you. Okay. I'm just shooting you some real quick videos because, again, we've been told several times. This is from ex-presidente Petros from Colombia.
Diferenciándonos de la política del norte, y aquí viene el problema que quiero plantear, digamos, con exactitud. Ojalá. Y es que la política del norte cada vez más es el rechazo profundo del éxodo. Es una política racista. Y por eso lo de Palestina tiene tanta importancia para alumbrarnos el inmediato futuro.
Before a bunch of you fucking idiots left, did you guys catch exactly what just occurred? Are you guys aware of what's going on right now in Iran? Or are you too busy watching your fucking stupid ass novelas? O no se ha prendido en la pinche cabezona que tienen cabrones. Or what is going on over there? You think it's not gonna happen here? You think your kids are protected? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Dude, you're not even preparing your fucking family, which is the most horrible thing that you guys can do to them. Oh, no, just masquerade it. I know you want to make sure that everything's legit, but you still have to show them some of the stuff that's going on.
Para nosotros. Que no van a matar solo los niños palestinos, sino que van a defender su futuro para nosotros. Que no van a matar solo los niños palestinos, sino que van a defender su modus de vida, como le quieran llamar, que es blanco, que es ario, que está basado en altos niveles de consumo, como todos ustedes saben, que hoy...
As you can see, right? As you can see, he's talking about the colonialism Oh, the colonial mindset that they're trying to fucking ignite again. I showed you a video of what Rubio had said. You know, I kid you not, man. I don't know, bro. I'm a little fucking weirded out about fucking YouTube. You motherfuckers are waiting for the show to start or the video, whatever the fuck, the class or whatever. Dude, I see 6, 7 people waiting and shit. And as soon as I start, you guys leave and then random people, dude, I don't understand YouTube, bro. And I hate TikTok. And I know for a fact that they limit the views of this channel because it's obviously not what they want people to hear. Not necessarily. I don't know, man. I just find this whole fucking thing weird. Let's continue, though. I'll do my best as I can.
Es un consumo que se construye sobre la muerte de los demás, porque es lo que provoca la crisis climática. Es decir, el consumo blanco ario del norte está acercándonos a la extinción de la humanidad a través de la crisis climática. No voy a explicar eso aquí. Otro tema, el cambio químico en la atmósfera. Y ese cambio químico en la atmósfera estimula el éxodo. Entonces, los problemas políticos y de inestabilidad de nuestros países, que ya arrojan una población que va hacia México, cada vez crecerán, pero por otro motivo que tiene que ver con la falta del agua, con la desertización, por el empobrecimiento, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Crisis climática que será respondida por el norte como en Palestina, quebrando el derecho internacional. No los van a invitar, no les van a permitir la entrada, ametrallarán y usarán campos de concentración.
Yep, and are they not doing that now? Are they not putting our people in concentration camps? Are they not shooting our people and killing them from outside the cars? It doesn't matter if you're 50 or 20. As long as you look like specifically this guy, like me and him, maybe this guy, I don't know about that guy. But yeah, you'll get shot. This is not the first time. The comparison of like what they've been, look, I've been saying this forever, bro. I've been saying this forever, bro. I guess I'm glad people are starting to wake up, but it's just so fucking sad that with this much information for quite some time, now you're all barely fucking getting it. I guess that's the way it is, you know, but I mean, I've been saying this since 2023, bro. 2023.
Es un criminal sionista, lo digo abiertamente, él apoyó a Trump y es íntimo de Netanyahu. Entonces, cuando llegó Netanyahu a Dallas, Texas, que había un grupo de judíos o israelíes, no sé cómo se diga ya eso, le decían, oye, ¿por qué persigues tanto a los palestinos? Y les dice, los palestinos son para nosotros los israelíes lo que los mexicanos son para ustedes en Estados Unidos. Entonces, yo veo la palestinización de los mexicanos en Estados Unidos.
Con todos los componentes.
¿Cómo?
Con todos los componentes, porque primero Estados Unidos le roba el territorio a México, después le termina de construir un muro, después los ataques xenófobos y racistas por un componente étnico y religioso también. ¿Qué falta?
Bueno, falta el último capítulo. Vamos a empezar a ver, hay que tenerlo en el escenario, una gran discriminación sobre los mexicanos. Eso a mí me queda muy claro. Y Estados Unidos, porque aquí la pureza blanca del WASP, del racismo, supremacismo, es igual que la pureza inventada de los nuevos judíos del siglo XXI, que ni son semitas. Lo digo con responsabilidad. Hoy uno llega a Tel Aviv y el 25% habla ruso. Son de origen házaro. Los házaros, lo digo también con definiciones puntuales, son mongoles centroasiáticos. No son semitas. En Estados Unidos, que es un criminal.
You see the problem? Now, in case you guys didn't know, there's a lot of Raza complaining, bro. A lot of Raza complaining lately. I'm going to show you guys three.
Israelis aren't just settlers in Israel. They're moving and colonizing the world.
I did not tell you to fucking play. Sorry, fam. Like, dude, what the hell? God, I wasn't even in that. Anyways, sorry. There's a lot of Raza complaining about certain people moving to certain areas. I want to bring this out, and I was already talking about it, and I didn't really make a big effort on it But I think it's important now because I don't know if you guys understand, bro. You need to pay attention what's going on with Iran right now. Iran and the US are kicking each other's asses. Bro, that shit's gonna come home, bro. You guys think it's not? You're out of your fucking minds. You're out of your minds if you think it's not gonna come here, bro. You're out of your fucking minds.
Invadiendo México y no te has dado cuenta. Y es porque quizás tú quieres ver miles de soldados y aviones ingresando a nuestro país. Solo necesitan tener la información de políticos, de empresarios, de gobernadores, de presidentes y usarla para forzarlos a tener contratos o hacer lo que ellos quieran, como según se dice lo hacen, obligando a Estados Unidos. Si no obtienen la información, la crean. Por medio de un intermediario, ofertan algún negocio a la persona que desean obligar a algo y lo graban. Y ahí está ya su control. Ellos solo usan controlar los recursos naturales, especialmente el agua. Y allí es donde tienen todo el control. Y en Chihuahua es uno de los puntos en los que están entrando. La gobernadora de Chihuahua realizó un contrato con una compañía israelí llamada MESHIACHA, que según le ayudarán para lo que es el control del agua. Pero tienen una demanda ahorita porque ese contrato nunca se registró en la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores como tendría que haber sido. Solamente fue un contrato unilateral con el Estado. Y hay dos compañías más involucradas israelíes, MEXICANOS y ODIAN adversa, todas relacionadas con el agua. Qué casualidad. La compañía de MEXICANOS tiene en Chile denuncias por posibles irregularidades en los contratos realizados de esa empresa. Y lo más grave, a MEXICANOS la ONU la mantiene en vigilancia, ya que hay casos en los que restringía el agua a los palestinos a que murieran de sed, mientras el agua era dirigida a los asentamientos.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh, that's right. That's right. You guys don't care. Nah, it's happening to them. It ain't gonna happen to us. We're Mexicans. La pinche Virgen María nos va a estar cuidando, papacito. No te preocupes. Aquí la Virgen María te bendice, la pinche frente pendejada que tienes. De un nopal, cabrón. Por favor. The Virgen María and the fucking Jesus Christ that you worshipped every night is fake as hell. This is why this is happening. They're laughing at you. You're worshiping a fucking fake, stupid idol, like I don't know, like a statue. That's why they're just walking in and saying, fuck you, you ain't shit. Because you don't know who your real God is. Your real creator. They know who he is. You don't know who he is. That's why, like, oh yeah, we gave you Jesus, fuckface. Oh, and the Virgin Mary too, even though she wasn't. And Jesus had a bunch of brothers and sisters. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? But anyhow, they just compared you to another Palestinian. Listen, man, I'm not making this shit up, dude. Hold on. Guess it works like this. I don't know. What the fuck you keep doing this for, dude? See, I don't understand it, man.
En los que restringía el agua a los palestinos a que murieran de sed, mientras el agua era dirigida a los asentamientos israelíes. Y la ODIAN adversa ya viene arrastrando denuncias e investigaciones por parte de la Inteligencia Financiera de México por posibles lavados de dinero. Y en Chiapas, una compañía israelí surtió de armamento al Estado, pero restringieron toda la información. Por años no podemos saber qué compraron, a quién le compraron y cuánto gastaron. Todo lo están controlando sin darnos cuenta. Y por la misma protección, pareciera de la presidenta del país. Si crees que estoy equivocado, busca la información tú mismo. Cualquier inteligencia artificial.
That was always my concern. If this bitch would eventually turn, or at least make it seem like, let me pacify you with un pinche, chupón bien acá bien grande, so you can shut your fucking faces up. And then on the side, be like, no, I got you. Stupid Mexicans. Hold on, let me see if I can get it in English. Let me see this. Subtitle. Nah, it's in Spanish. You gotta hear this though, man.
Israel y sus socios estadounidenses no solamente destruyen Palestina, no solamente atacan el sur del Líbano y todo Medio Oriente, sino que ahora invaden Iberoamérica y en particular México. Israel está invadiendo México lenta y silenciosamente de la mano y en coalición con los traidores a México, con el Partido del Extranjero. Veamos cómo. En Chihuahua, la gobernadora María Eugenia Campos no solamente ha dejado entrar agentes de la CIA para colaborar con la policía local, sino que ha construido la Torre Centinela. La ha construido una empresa israelí de seguridad. El dueño de esa empresa es israelí.
Israeli national and according to
Shit. Okay, hold on. Let me go back, because if it's translated in English, man, I'd like for everybody to listen. All right, let's go.
Israel and its American partners are not only destroying Palestine, not only attacking southern Lebanon and the entire Middle East, but are now invading Latin America and Mexico in particular. Israel is slowly and silently invading Mexico hand in hand and in coalition with the traitors to Mexico, with the foreign party. Let's see how in Chihuahua, Governor Maria Eugenia Campos has not only allowed CIA agents to enter to collaborate with the local police, but has also built a sentinel tower built by an Israeli security company, Pomei. The owner of that company is an Israeli national, and according to what has been said, the FBI, the CIA, the DEA will be housed in that tower and will surely work together with the Mossad.
Did you guys hear what that? Now, I've been warning you since 2022, 2023, late 2022, early 2023, that this was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be like literally like this, but I said they're going to treat you like Palestinians. How is that any different than right now?
In Chihuahua, the government has signed agreements on water, various cooperation, culture, and security with the government of Israel, violating the Constitution and bypassing the federal government. So, simply put, by establishing agreements between a state of the Republic and a nation state such as the State of Israel, which is a genocidal country. But it doesn't stop there. Diego Sinue Rodriguez, the former governor of Guanajuato, also built a tower of the same type. He gave the contract to Seguratec, which went from selling alarms throughout the country to being favored and today being a huge company of large proportions, which reaches partnership agreements with a giant in Silicon Valley. Today, it almost even has satellites. Today, it is dedicated to selling very sophisticated equipment and espionage, of course. But in the state of Guanajuato, it has built another tower. And Diego Sinue Rodriguez gave it large contracts to the point that his family lives in Texas in a house rented by a partner of the owner of this company, another Israeli. Matde. But it doesn't stop there with the opposition government, because there are also traitors in the government, that is, in those of Morena. In Chiapas, Morena governs, and the government of Chiapas happily holds meetings with the Israeli government, with its representatives, with the Israeli consul, and they talk about brotherhood and who knows how many other things, and they also celebrate agreements contrary to the national interest, handing over the resources of the very rich state of Chiapas, over which Israel, a state that invades Patagonia, Mupia, that wants our resources, and that is a partner of the United States, or the owner of the United States, and forms part of the Epstein coalition, the Anglo-Zionist coalition, surely will invade Chiapas and will be very happy to use the resources and share them with its partners. These governments and many others like the one that allowed the state of Mexico, without saying anything, without stopping it, to build a city only for Jews, the city of the Torah.
Listen, when I get this done, you're gonna see exactly the different perspective of who these guys are. Okay, This is so fucking important to see right now because it is even. I mean, I didn't even see this part of the video, man. It is connecting to exactly the class that I've been talking about.
A ghetto within our country where the rules of that community prevail, where people of other religions or cultures are not allowed. Yep. That is to say, where Mexicans will be excluded because they are already talking about bringing people of a certain religion from other nations. Many of them, most of them, are Zionists. And if they were not, why would they allow ghettos or places excluded from sovereignty in Mexico where particular rules govern individuals who evade obedience to national laws? All of this is alarming. All of this is worrisome. And yet we continue to look the other way and continue with the issue of anecdotes and an internal conflict that would lead nowhere. Al-Habiyah, Al-Hayya. Be alert because the enemies are invading us. The traitors facilitate their invasion, the cowards and the ignorant. Let themselves be carried away. And our country suffers. EAC suffers. National sovereignty is compromised. How can you think that those who commit genocide there, those who despise the Palestinians, consider them a subrace, consider them despicable, are gonna consider you an equal? Because you have the evangelical religion in whose midst most of its followers uncritically defend the atrocities of the specialties of the state of Israel. Because, as you know, God gave them that land. Why can't they claim in the future that he also gave them this one? That's how they started there. And there wasn't enough energy to stop them. That's how they're starting here now. Let's stop them.
So as you can see, there's a lot of these invasions going on, man. Now Raza scared. Now Raza scared. Let's see. We got Ruach Calm, I guess. As we approach the final battle, we will sow who is who in the Americas. I mean, I think you would say we will see. I'm not the one to determine who is and who is not the Aboriginals people. If your spirit bear witness, then gird up. I mean, that's why I asked you, like, what do you consider Aboriginals and shit? You know what I mean? Some who are considered Mexicans are, I am. People are listed as, I'm not going to read that. Roles, nah, fuck no, bro. You one of those wobbles and shit? You one of those African people that act like that look African and say that you're not African? Is that who you are? You're like some who are considered Mexicans? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, what do you mean, man? Like, if anybody came out of somebody's nutsack, you came out of our nutsack before you even go claim this shit. I hope you're not one of those Africans that claim not to be African. We've seen the World Cup, man. And you guys cannot go around saying, like, come on, bro. Like, it's just fucking so ridiculous. I hope you're not one of those people, dude. Yeah, you are. Let's continue.
Ocupación militar, los muros de exclusión y la deshumanización que sufren los palestinos es ajeno a nosotros. Pero la realidad es que el andamiaje ideológico que hoy destruye a Palestina lleva décadas utilizando a México como el ejemplo perfecto de una amenaza fronteriza. En este video te voy a explicar cómo el plan colonial que empezó en 1897 y que el día de hoy tiene a Gaza bajo un genocidio, se está exportando para convertir a México en el próximo territorio en vigilancia permanente. Y para comprender la magnitud de la tragedia actual en Palestina, es indispensable evitar el error de analizar el presente como un simple estallido de violencia reciente. Ayer les recomendé este libro del historiador Rashid Khalidi, y ahí él explica que el marco estructural de violencia no empezó en 1967. Se diseñó e introdujo formalmente en 1897. El inicio de la ocupación no es militar en su inicio, es ideológico, corporativo y diplomático. Ocurre en agosto de 1897 en el primer Congreso Sionista en Basilea, Suiza. Este convenio estuvo liderado por Teodoro Herzl. Él era un periodista austro-húngaro, laico y asimilado, que después de presenciar el caso de Dreyfus en 1894 llegó a una conclusión muy severa. La integración del judío en Europa era imposible y la única solución a ese problema era crear un Estado soberano. El problema del racismo en contra de los judíos en Europa era legítimo. El problema histórico está en cómo se planteó resolver ese problema legítimo de la seguridad de los judíos en Europa. Al elegir a Palestina como el territorio para ese Estado, Herzl y la Organización Sionista Mundial introdujeron un proyecto que, por su naturaleza, requería la sustitución de la población nativa a través de la lógica que se llama settler.
Hey, look, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you, bro, I can sniff you stupid ass smelly motherfuckers from a mile away. The rest are chinos, for Asian slaves, La Raza, Spaniards, crackers, chino slaves, and see, that's what I'm saying. Another Negro that cannot fucking defend their shit. Let me ask you a question. How come it's so difficult for you guys to prove your diet here of the Americas relating to you or folklore? Or even if you go further beyond your fucking space of Virginia, you know, the state, whatever, right? That other people know that they're not from here. And then you say, well, we don't look like those African people in Africa. We look at the World Cup, bro, and we've seen people that look black like you, right? Light skin, that they know they're not from here, that they're from Africa. So this is this is like the fucking stupidest thing that I think everybody should come to the conclusion to. You're not here to offend nobody. I think you're here just to be a fucking joke. I'll give you an example. There is something called, like, maybe you don't believe it, but you do when you fucking have to prove who is not your babies and shit, right? So, for example, I'll say this. There's part of DNA, or at least part of something in our body that shows when they do a test called isotopes. They check for your isotopes, right? And it shows what you consume. So it shows like what your bone structure, your muscle, your tendons, what it actually, like, for example, for lack of better words, bleeds. And it says that there's like C3s or C4s, C3s and C4s, isotopes that determine what you've been eating for a long time. And you want to know something? Negros like you, or Africans, you guys have C3 isotopes. You guys have hardly ever consumed corn. The Americas has been known to be consuming corn for ages. And when you run the actual test for the majority of the native indigenous people that live here, they carry, excuse me, we carry more C4 isotopes in a collective than anybody else, including white folks that try to say they were here before us too. You're just one of those dumb Negroes that have been told that your mama said bro, like, it was your mom. If you really know the history, Negros own slaves, dude. And I know that you think you're like some fucking so-called Israelite because of your fucking name. Bro, you guys are far from the truth of that shit. Your Deuteronomy 28, that shit didn't happen to you, bro. Willie Lynch letter was fucking fake. The Willie Lynch letter was fake. Rosa Parks was fake. See, all of that stuff that they told you something about something was totally fucking fake. But it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's what led you guys to believe some bullshit story. For example, who brought smallpox to the Americas? And when have we heard about Negros dying from smallpox at a massive amount? When have you heard of Negros eating corn? Or like what the scriptures talk about, unleavened bread? Never. Never. When have you heard of Negros getting smallpox? Like the scriptures say, never. When have you heard of them decimating because of other nations coming to another land to kick their ass? That didn't happen to them. It happened to us. You see, people like this guy, they just don't know, fam. But here, man, I'm glad you're here, bro, because we're so happy to fucking slap you wapples around every day.
Colonialism o colonización de poblamiento. Y a diferencia del colonialismo clásico, el modelo de poblamiento busca la tierra, pero no a la población que la habita. Para establecer un estado con una mayoría demográfica judía en un territorio donde la mayoría, el 95%, escucha eso, el 95%.
By the way, in case you don't know this, you fucking dumbass, I'm not even talking about you guys right now. I'm actually speaking of the Khazars. It's funny, man. You guys always show up when I'm not even mentioning shit about you. But when I'm actually talking about you, y'all are like fucking flies and shit. And you know what I mean? You just never show up. Never show up. Only unless it stinks. Just funny to me, dude.
5% era árabe, pues el proyecto necesitaba un endemiaje legal e internacional. Herschel sabía perfectamente que no se trataba de una inmigración silenciosa de granjeros, sino de obtener un charter. ¿Sabes lo que es un charter? Un contrato de concesión o mandato legal público otorgado por las grandes potencias que garantizaba la soberanía judía. Por eso, tras el Congreso de 1897, Herschel inició una febril actividad diplomática e institucional. Fundó el Jewish Colonial Trust en 1899 y luego el Fondo Nacional Judío en 1901, herramientas financieras diseñadas específicamente para comprar tierras palestinas. ¿Para qué más? Pues para aplicar una política de segregación laboral, excluyendo sistemáticamente la mano de obra árabe de las propiedades adquiridas. Paralelamente, Herschel dirigió sus esfuerzos hacia el soberano formal de esas tierras, el Imperio Otomano. Entre 1896 y 1902, Herschel viajó varias veces hacia Constantinopla, hoy conocido como Estambul. ¿Buscando qué? Te preguntas, mi caperucita rosa. Pues una audiencia con...
Ah, bro. Nah, don't boot him, bro. Don't boot him. I appreciate the comment, though. Someone boot this Afro tard. That's fucking fat. Hold on, that's good. He said, that's a good one. You know what, dude? I'm gonna specifically record that word in one of these buttons because I have buttons and shit that I could fuck around with, like. Or I can do like something like, let's say, for example, ¡Viva México, cabrones! Or like some shit like, oh no, that's right. He's a chihuiwi, bro. I totally forgot about that shit. We got a chihuiwi here, VTC. He'd love this. He'd fucking love clowning this fool, bro. But leave the Afro tard here. Let him be, bro. It's helpful for the algorithm. And I think it's also helpful for the people here to watch, to see how it's not even like, we don't have to be, I don't know, taking other people's nations, brother. Like, you know, just like, oh, you guys aren't this people, you guys aren't that. Okay, well, we're not going around taking other people's nations. We'll prove who we are. And not even with your bullshit fucking picturesque books. We'll go to the diet, we'll go to the folklore, we'll go to the clothing, we'll go to the language. We'll actually go to the religious aspect of who was here first. Because if you motherfuckers were here first, then you should have been under the Christian compendium, completely submissive to that. That means all of you negros from north to south should know Ave Maria, Padre Nuestro, Diez Mandamientos, all that fucking Christian compendium. And no, you motherfuckers in the north were mostly Protestants, evangelicals, Episcopalians. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't come to this channel thinking you know some shit. I'm having fun with my info, bro. The stuff that I share for most of the time that people have been watching, that been watching my channel forever, bro. Y'all know how much I know, bro. I don't have to worry about somebody. Oh my God, oh my dear Jesus. I've seen it so many times, dude. It's like boxing, brother. It's like boxing. You've done it so much. You just know which way, what angle. And this, come on, bro. Come on. It's just stupid. And you know why it's so easy? Because they're hateful. It's not even there because they're truthful. If they were truthful, I'll be like, nah, man, you're right. If you had the fucking proof, I'd say, you're right. You're right, man. You guys were here before. But nah. The fuck? And then you get offended when we give you facts. And that's what's even worse.
¿Con quién? Con el sultán Abdul Hamid II. La reunión clave y oficial ocurrió el 17 de mayo de 1901. En esa junta, Herschel desplegó una estrategia estrictamente colonial. Le ofreció al sultán que la Organización Sionista Mundial pagaría y consolidaría la masiva deuda externa que asfixiaba el imperio otomano. ¿A cambio de qué, te preguntas, mi Caperucita Roja? Pues a cambio de un decreto imperial. ¿De qué más? ¿Que hacía qué, te preguntas tú? Otorgaba a los judíos una carta de colonización autónoma y soberana sobre Palestina. El sultán Abdul Hamid II, consciente de lo que eso significaba, rechazó la oferta y dijo lo siguiente: no puedo vender ni una pulgada de esta tierra porque no me pertenece a mí, le pertenece a mi pueblo. Que los judíos se queden con sus miles de millones. Si mi imperio se divide, tal vez obtengan a Palestina.
Understand that when I go through this class that I've been talking about for some time, it's gonna all make perfect fucking sense. And it's also going to fucking remind us of how stupid these gringos are, arguing about like, oh my God, Israel's so involved in our government and our, bro, they were here since the beginning of time. They fucking funded this shit. You guys didn't know this? I thought you motherfuckers were that smart. It takes a Mexican to educate you motherfuckers.
Palestina gratis, pero solo se dividirá sobre nuestros cadáveres. Esa respuesta no le gustó mucho a Herzl. No le gustó mucho ese fracaso. Él buscó otros patrocinadores imperiales. Se reunió en 1898 con el Kaiser Guillermo II de Alemania durante una visita a Jerusalén. ¿Y qué quería? Pues que intercediera ante el sultán. Posteriormente, enfocó su diplomacia en el Imperio Británico, reuniéndose en 1902 y 1903 con figuras como Joseph Chamberlain, nada más y nada menos que el secretario de Colonias británico. Y de estas reuniones nació el efímero Proyecto Uganda, que era una oferta británica.
Let me read this to you guys, and it's from one of the most famous books that everybody fucking reads, even PHI stupid motherfuckers like him that think they're like, oh my God, we are the people of the Bible. Y'all ain't no fucking people of no fucking Bible, bro. I was, as soon as you showed up, actually not as soon as you did. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not like that. So you said some shit like, as we approach the final battle, we will we will see who is who in the Americas. I'm not the one to determine who is who and who is not about the Aboriginal peoples. You see, when you say that stupid word, because it's stupid, at this point, you give it away. So I'm giving you an example. Like, come on, bro. We know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're going to say, Ruach, come on, get the fuck out of here. So you're some negro that claims to be a Hebrew, an Israelite, that was here before, supposedly us, that you say we look like Tinos, like right? If you look at your thread, like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of find that ironic. Now, the brother said here, when I appreciate it, says there is zero genetic, linguistic, or archaeological proof that Blacks or indigenous to the Americas, not a shred. Kane 702 says, you are a mud hut dwelling sub-Saharan. You're a mud hut dwelling sub-Saharan African. No, I don't. I think he may be West African though. I don't know about mud hut. Anyways, look, here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, this is a book called The Lost Tribes and Promised Land, like everybody goes to. Right? This is regarding Columbus. So Columbus is here. I'll start it here so we can get an idea, right? Right here. It says, a matter of fact, I'll start here. It says, I did not find, Columbus writes, a bestial man among them, as some of us had expected, but on the contrary, men of great differences and kindness. On the onset of the warlike multitudes was for another day. Neither are they black like Ethiopians. He goes on, their hair is smooth and straight, for they do not dwell where the rays of the sun strikes most vividly. Hold on, let me pause. It says neither are they black like the Ethiopians. We didn't have woolly hair or nappy hair or whatever hair or that thick hair or whatever fucking hair. It says that no, we had smooth straight hair or goat's hair or horse hair, but smooth. You know what I'm saying? For they do not dwell where the rays of the sun strikes most vividly. I mean, I guess, I don't know, we like to stay in the shade but enjoy the sun. It's just so funny to me, man. It's just that, then it says, this clearly was meant as a reassurance to anyone who felt as he did, that black men tended to be more barbarous than whites of any condition. Columbus returned home in 1493, thinking that Cuba was part of Asia mainland. While he had even sent Luis de Torres on an expedition to find the Great Khan, but he nevertheless clearly felt himself to be closer to the region that Ayi and some others had gone on referencing to as the Fortunate Islands. Now, when I get this class that I kid you not, family. I know I've been saying it, but you know, like I've been busy, man. I'm not gonna lie. But this one's gonna be like actual books. Like I'm not gonna show a lot of video. I'm gonna show books. And we're gonna find out who the fuck this name is and why there was this concept of Asia. And again, you know what I mean? Like these regions and all that stuff. So come on, bro. Columbus knew he was not gonna run into no fucking negros, bro. But you know, for the sake of them feeling good, I guess maybe. Let's continue.
De otorgar un territorio en África Oriental, el cual fue rechazado por las bases sionistas que exigían específicamente el Estado de Palestina. Esta incansable búsqueda de un patrón imperial demostró que el sionismo político, desde su raíz, se concibió como un hermano menor del imperialismo de la época. La ceguera voluntaria ante la existencia del pueblo palestino quedó registrada en esta diplomacia y en la famosa correspondencia de 1899 entre el intelectual palestino Yusef Dilla al-Hadili, el ex alcalde de Jerusalén, y el mismo Herzl. Mientras Yusef Dilla al-Hadili advertía que el pueblo palestino jamás aceptaría ser desposeída de su tierra ancestral, Herzl respondió con la clásica condescendencia colonial. Él argumentó que los árabes iban a beneficiar de todo el progreso que traían los europeos. ¿Han escuchado eso ustedes antes? Esta premisa que los palestinos carecían de derechos políticos y que eran meros obstáculos demográficos para el desarrollo del proyecto.
For example, I'll throw you like a real quick, weird metaphor, not metaphor, but just an example. You know, those Israelis from Europe want to claim to be from Palestine. We got negros saying that supposedly they were here before us. Now, this is from the book called James Adair. You know, James Adair, right? You know, you guys know who he is. They always bring him up, by the way. On page 627, right? It's talking about the islands in certain areas where it's going. It says that the from whence the Negroes put oysters. So they'll use like pages like this, you know, certain pages, but they don't tell you how far in, right? You know what I mean? Just like you'll hear Negro, oh shit, Negro, they're here. But they don't tell you how far in it's in the book. Here we see page 387 of the book that James Adair wrote. And we see that there is a concept of employed Negroes. And then you see coast of Angola with 370 Negroes aboard her. And then you see, you know, natives. But as you continue to read James Adair, you know what he's talking about. If Negros from Africa were dealing with these Negros from this time, and what the fuck are you talking about? And who were the natives? You see how it makes no sense whatsoever when you actually read history. And then look, we can use their material. Go to James Adair, read the fucking book. Actually go through it.
Soberano es el cimiento.
The same shit that's going on in Palestine is the same shit that's trying to be happening right here. We got gringos saying they're the natives. We're the natives now. Have you guys ever seen that movie from the 5 Points? What the fuck is that? Leonardo DiCaprio came in that movie, bro. They were like killing each other. They were fighting, supposedly the Irish were getting off the boats, and the people before, the earlier white folks that got there before those white folks were saying they were natives.
Ideológico de la ocupación, del Nakba de 1948, de la ocupación militar en 1967 y la deshumanización de los palestinos que vemos el día de hoy en Gaza. Y aquí te invito a que vayas un poquito más allá. Tenemos que entender que esta...
So let me do this, man. I I appreciate you, sis. I know I don't appreciate, certain things about.
This aid to Israel is not popular because.
Stop. Certain shit that you do, but whatever. Hold on, I want to show these things to you guys, and then I want to make a point real quick. See, all of this matters, man. Like I told you, all of this matters, fam. When I show you exactly the history of who Christopher Columbus or Christopher Colon really was, none of this stuff should surprise you one bit. I've shared with you in pieces of, I've given you pieces of history, but when I get this done, you're going to finally see the connection. And it's, dude, I mean, hello. Then you wonder why certain people said the 10 tribes of Israel were somewhere, some here. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be deep. Let's finish this off.
This aid to Israel is not popular because we see the evidence. We see that Israel kills journalists. We see that Israel kills little kids. We see.
I mean, hasn't this country done that to all Latin America?
That Israel commits war crimes every single day and call us crazy. We don't want our taxpayers funding war crimes. But Hakeem.
This is the problem with the Democratic left-wingers, that they forget about their fucking demolishing of other countries under the name of their Democratic presidents because they needed to take the resources. Again, North America, USA, right, is finding out that the only reason why things were good is because you were robbing other people.
Hakeem Jeffries is accepting PAC donations while at the same time saying we need to get corporate PAC money out of politics. You can't have it both ways. These are our lives. This is our country, this big, beautiful place. And Hakeem is siding with Israel.
Israel today, Israel tomorrow, Israel forever.
Enough.
By the way, when I get this done, you're going to find out that these motherfuckers were the ones that financed everything. They were all Jews, all of them. They basically paved the way for y'all to be ruthless. And now you're complaining?
Enough. This aid.
It's so fucking funny. They put the little click at the end, like, oh my God, look, she figured it out. Shut the fuck up. This is one example of how. Okay, let's think about this for a second, fam. Motherfuckers like him say they're Christians or Jewish, right? And then they go to, let's say, for example, a land over there in Palestine. And then they call those people Arabs. But then at the same time, they say that they're from there. But they call everybody else that it's from there Arab. And yet, when you look at the bigger perspective of things, you find out that most of those motherfuckers that are calling the Arabs are European. Do you follow? I mean, come on, bro. This is so simple, dude. Now, I know that this is, don't worry. Well, I don't know. You can take it whatever you want. I like the fact that it exposes as in regards to who he truly is. I mean, I've seen this shit before, like in other videos, but this is quick, simple, to the point.
We're gonna crop him out.
Watch Zionist wall kisser Jake Lang get humiliated by Abdul and his patriot supporters who refuse to fall for the Zionist plot of turning Americans against each other based on their color or religion.
We're gonna crop him out.
To clap him out to USA is because he doesn't hate me, he doesn't hate AG, he don't even hate you. You know what he hates? He hates America. He hates the idea of what America was always supposed to be. Of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Do you think Jake was recruited by AIPAC and Haley Stevens?
Lee Stevens' broad is fucking crazy, dude. I think she had a demon, bro. Seriously.
Right now, the Israeli military is forcibly removing a Palestinian family from their home and are about to demolish it. The family had only 30 minutes to grab whatever they could from the house at gunpoint.
وجأنا إلى الجيش الإسرائيلي اليوم بالبواقر، دخلوا علينا هنا، هدوا الدار على كل العفش، ما سمحوا لنا نقيم يعني 2% من أغراض الدار.
These are the remains of the home. The 12 people who lived here, including 8 children, are now homeless.
وين بدهم يروحوا؟ بدهم يضلوا في البلد، وين بدهم يروحوا؟ بدهم يضلوا في الأرض هذه، لو في خيمة وإذا مش في خيمة على الأرض.
The house was built in
I told you that as I've been saying this for fucking 3 years already, man. They're gonna treat you like they treat the Palestinians. Well, they gotta just get in the middle and then see how fucking powerful they become. I believe Raza has a different perspective, but I don't know, man. You guys have let me down so many fucking times. You still believe in the stupid Virgin Mary. You still worship some fucking white Jesus or black one. You still believe the New Testament is real. Come on, bro. That's why they're walking in all over your face. They gave you those religions. Do you want me to give you an example? I'll give you an example of some shit. Let me see if I could find it. Hold on a second. Man, I hope I fucking can find it. Because you know what, dude? I don't need to hear this shit. Please tell me I put the notes. Yes, I did. Okay, at 10:32. Okay, watch this real quick. So when they tell you something, fucking listen to them. When they tell you that te están vergando, way, then don't be a stupid ass. What the fuck, bro? I mean, if they're even doing that shit, then you probably like it and you're just fucking dumb. Okay? So I don't know what the fuck is going on with your minds and shit. And I've shared this with you guys before. Look, dude, they tell you in their movies, brothers. Tell you in their movies, bro. They tell you exactly who the fuck they are. Listen to this real quick. Watch this.
Now that was bloody Shakespearean.
What?
Do you know who Shakespeare was, Sonny? He was a fellow who wrote the King James Bible. Now that was bloody Shakespearean.
What?
Do you know who Shakespeare was, Sonny? He was a fellow who wrote the King James Bible.
He was also the first fellow that wrote about Atlantis supposedly being here because he was doing it for his Freemason crew, his little faggot crew, his little Freemason faggot crew. Just like Colombianos, his little Freemason faggot crew. I'm not going to let these motherfuckers get in the way. Like, nah, hell nah, bro. No, fuck no, dude. Now, let me ask this question to you, brothers and sisters that, that lived in the hood like I lived in the hood. Can you guys identify this drug addict? Seriously, can you help me identify what this bitch is on? Okay, post. Hey, listen, I'm not lying to you, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna do something cool. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, show and stream. All right. So I need y'all to tell me what drug did you think she's on, dude?
They've called me the most dangerous candidate for the U.S.-Israel relationship because maybe I don't want to waste our money fighting wars we don't need to spend, and instead I want that spent here to rebuild our schools here, to make sure we have functional infrastructure here in Michigan, to make sure that we have healthcare here in Michigan. And so long as our politicians continue to be bought off by AIPAC, do not be surprised when we fight wars that are in their best interest, to annex Lebanon or to do genocide in Gaza. And I also believe that your money needs to be spent here, because at the end of the day, the ultimate losers are you and me, the taxpayers who paid that money to provide good infrastructure, build schools.
I guess it was too fast for y'all. Let me show you this. Hold on.
They've called me the most dangerous.
I need you to pay attention. Hold on. Can I slow this down? This is fast, man. Fuck. Well, English, full screen. No, I guess I can't. All right. Well, whatever. Look, man, I was trying to make this shit fun, dude. I just think this bitch is crazy looking. Please pay attention. We're almost done.
dangerous candidate for the U.S.-Israel relationship because maybe I don't want to waste our money fighting wars we don't need to spend, and instead I want that spent here to rebuild our schools here, to make sure we have functional infrastructure here in Michigan, to make sure that we have healthcare here in Michigan. And so long as our politicians continue to be bought off by AIPAC, do not be surprised when we fight wars that are in their best interest, to annex Lebanon or to do genocide in Gaza. And I also believe that your money...
What is she on, bro? What is she on, bro? So we see this. We see the bullshit.
In 2016, and just before the demolition, a lawyer confirmed that the house was under protection under a court order.
Right now, the Israeli military is forcibly removing a Palestinian family from their home and are about to demolish it.
The family had only 30 minutes to grab whatever they could from the house at gunpoint.
لجأنا إلى الجيش الإسرائيلي اليوم بالبواقر، دخلوا علينا هنا، هدوا الدار على كل العفش، ما سمحوا لنا نقيم يعني 2% من أغراض الدار.
These are the remains of the home. The 12 people who lived here, including 8 children, are now homeless.
وين بدهم يروحوا؟ بدهم يضلوا في البلد، وين بدهم يروحوا؟ بدهم يضلوا في الأرض هذه، لو في خيمة وإذا مش في خيمة على الأرض.
The house was built in 2016, and just before the demolition, a lawyer confirmed that the house was under protection under a court order.
دفعنا مصاري للمحكمة العليا وأجوا وهدوها قبل ما تصل المحكمة العليا. هذه الدار حوالي 700-800 ألف شيكل.
In 2026 alone, Israel has forcibly displaced over 3,000 Palestinians through home demolitions and settler attacks.
But the Mexican won't care until it gets to your home. You motherfuckers have no idea what's coming to you.
برعى زيتونك برعى يعني بدوش يخليك تاكل لا بده يخليك تاكل ولا بده يخليك تسكن. هدفه واحد هو تهجير الشعب الفلسطيني من هذه الأرض.
They're moving and Israelis aren't just settlers in Israel. They're moving and colonizing the world.
Parts of their town are being taken over.
Pushing local limits in Thailand. Zionist territories in the north of Cyprus.
From backpacking trails in South and Southeast Asia,
shoulder a backpack and disappear into the world,
to quiet European mountain towns, you'll find Israelis. We've mostly seen them take two forms: the war criminals fresh from service,
and then they go to detox in India,
and the liberals fleeing what they claim is a failing democracy. On the surface, they couldn't seem more different. But watch how they move through the world, and you can see how Zionism produces a particular relationship to land and other people. One that is exploitative and violent, and that is not limited to Palestine. Between the two, one shows us how settlers act, and the other, how they think.
Okay, fam, I don't know what the fuck is that about, dude. Like, what? Hold on a second.
For decades, tens of thousands of young Israelis have been going to South and Southeast Asia every year. It's a rite of passage.
What the fuck just happened? Wow, bro. Okay, all right, okay, I'll all right.
They can do whatever.
I got logged off, man. I got logged off from my actual fucking... whatever. Let's continue. Let's continue, fam. I think this is more important than my personal whatever the fuck it is. And people are trying to stop this, whatever, man. It's going to have to get fucking...
Gods and goddesses.
I have to be told. How many of y'all want to deal with this shit? I mean, me personally, I don't know, man. I've never experienced this. Like, people don't just come around me and act like that. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I've never had that fucking shit happen to me. When I was a kid, yeah, maybe in high school until I knew how to fight, yeah. But after that, like, never. But this right here happens to a lot of people. And I find it fucking weird that a lot of people allow it.
To stay in touch with their Jewish roots.
An Israeli who runs a Jewish cultural center in one of the villages said, quote, "There's something in India that allows for wild freedom, like the Wild West. A sense that they can do whatever they want, be that smoking weed, driving without a license, or making noise. This is what they seek here, and many of them do exactly that, moving through communities across the region as though the usual rules don't apply."
और कई ऐसे कैफेज हाईलाइट हुए हैं
Pay attention to what this says. There are cafes which openly deny entry to Indians in India, which are owned by these motherfucking racist ass fake Jews. I'm sorry, you're fake. You're fucking fake. Until you can prove it to us, there's no way that you're. Come on, bro. You say that the Arabs are different than you, but you're from that region of Padam Aram, historically known, biblically spoken about, which means that you have relations with those people. So if anybody should fucking have a good relation, it'd be you. But nah, you're European, white-looking motherfuckers with blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't even know how the fuck that even figures for you to even survive over there. And then you tell them that they're invaders. And then you call them Arabs, but you're in Arab land. What the fuck, bro? And you know what's even more funnier? Raza had no idea of what the fuck that was going to happen relating to them. They're like, it's not going to happen to us. Yeah, it's going to happen to you. But I guess, continue to go to churches, believe in the black Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Have babies with them. I guess one day your fucking hair will turn woolly. Dude, y'all are fucking dumb.
जो openly Indians को entry deny करते हैं. Locals say their livelihoods are under threat from Israelis working on tourist visas and running businesses without permits.
Some Israeli tourists are said to leave rented motorcycles on the roadside when gas runs out. Of all foreign visitors, only Israelis have managed to build a religious center where they hold parties and celebrations.
This town is completely overrun with Israelis. I'm talking 3-to-1 ratio.
Alongside reports of several businesses illegally run by Israeli citizens.
Smoking weed in hospitals, barring ties from certain businesses, hotels, and
smoking weed in hospitals. Hold on a second, dude.
Weed in hospitals.
Reports of several businesses illegally run by Israeli citizens.
Smoking weed.
How do you know it's not holistic based on their fucking doctrine? That's so fucking bad. You see what I mean? But nah, all of you raza, all of you Mexicans, you're like, no, they're the people of the Bible because Jesus told me so and my priest told me too. And because I believe in the Virgin Mary, because I believe in Jesus. Shut the fuck up, bro. Y'all stupid. You're ruining the whole outcome of things for us, man. Come on, dude. Are you guys really thinking these people are part of that shit?
Hospitals, barring ties from certain businesses, hotels, and public spaces. Wait, they've been barring Thai citizens from places in Thailand? How does that work?
Obnoxious tourists come with many passports, and towns accommodating foreign visitors exist all over the world. But with Israeli tourists, there's something else at play. The disregard for local law, the entitlement, the disrespect. Where does all this come from? To understand the tourist, you have to understand the culture that produced them.
I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I fucking hate Khazars. I think you guys are the worst of the worst, and we will always make sure that you will stay on the bottom when we get a chance to fucking smash your dirty, stinking ass. Khazars, go to hell. No, that's right. You are hell. Oh, that's right. We forgot. That's your brother. Oh, no, you made him up for the Christians to like confuse the rest of the people. That's right. Yeah, we knew y'all. You see what I mean? But Christians love you. She's like, they love you, but they hate what you gave them. Christians say you guys are the real people of the Bible. But at the same time, dude, you see the relationship? It's confusing, isn't it?
One of the most important words to understand in Israeli society is friar, usually translated as sucker.
You see, in Israel, being a friar doesn't just mean you're easily fooled. It's more about missing the chance to cut corners, dodge rules, or get ahead by any means necessary. In a society where bending the rules is often seen as savvy, being a friar means you're the one who plays it straight, and that's not a compliment. In fact, being called a friar is one of the worst insults out there.
Join the back of the line.
No,
they're reserved.
You threw my shirt on the floor?
There doesn't seem to be shame about exploiting someone else. The shame is in allowing yourself to be exploited. That mentality is so ingrained, it has another name as well.
You stupid Mexicans. He's telling you how dumb you motherfuckers are. No, mijito, es que esos hijos de allá son hijos de Dios. Es que Jesucristo vino por la vida de nosotros. Y luego la Virgen María le dio vida también. This is how they say you, bro. Y'all are fucking dumb. You really believe in that stupid fucking Jesus and Virgin Mary that they gave you? They're laughing at you as they're taking your lands, your rights, everything. The world is given into the hand of the wicked. Who may know it? Oh my God.
Dodge rules or get ahead by any means necessary. In a society where bending the rules is often seen as savvy, being a faya means you're the one who plays it straight. And that's not a compliment. In fact, being called a faya is one of the worst insults out there.
Join the back of the line.
No, they're reserved. You threw my shirt on the floor?
There doesn't seem to be shame about exploiting someone else. The shame is in allowing yourself to be exploited.
How long has Christianity been working on our people to have that fucking submissive attitude? Since 1492. I've shared with you guys the Lutheran newsletter of how they kept the books away from you. Even if you didn't believe it, fine. Still, they kept it away from you. Oh, that's right. But you motherfuckers don't care. You prefer soccer, your novelas, some stupid ass shit that happened in news, right? Oh, no, you're right. You want your linea. Oh, you want your joint. Oh, you want to hang out on the weekend with your homie and shit, right? And drink all you can, ignoring your family. Well, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. That's how we know that you're a fucking dumbass fool. And guess what? They're proving it.
That mentality is so ingrained, it has another name as well.
Every Sunday church after you fuck up and feel bad about yourself, like, oh my God, please Jesus, I'm gonna walk into the church with my mom and I'm gonna pray to me. Me voy a bendecir, güey, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, all that stupid shit. You walk in there because you feel bad because whatever the fuck you did, and then you think that helped you. They gave you Jesus and the Virgin, bro. They gave you Exodus demons, bro. If you really believe in the Bible, you should actually understand that the Israelites were told, do not worship the ways of the Egyptians. They were worshiping a Virgin Mary and a son, which is called, Jesus and the Virgin Mary, the Queen of Heaven. Dude, listen, I know you guys are going to be offended by all this stuff, but we're at that time where you're going to fucking find out what the fuck you were worshiping. Jesus is fake. He's been here way before many times. He was Mithra, he was Sol Invictus, he was Krishna, he was like the Druid gods. You know what I'm saying? He's Zeus, he's all that shit. It's a Edomite, or I should say Romanistic, or I should say Odin Wooden historical aspect of religion. They wanted you to worship their God. If you really look into the actual history of what Europeans worshipped, they worshipped Odin, the home of Valhalla. Odin is no other than Edom. Okay?
Success method.
So I have a tiny dog named Lily, and I like to go on errands with her. When I went into my local Supersol grocery store, they told me that I had to hold her if I wanted to come in. So the next time I went there, I looked for the person that told me this. When I couldn't find them, I put her on the ground like I wanted. So what was I doing that's just so Israeli? It's called Shitat Tzediyah, which translates to success method, meaning doing what I want until someone tells you otherwise.
Okay, you want to see how I'm getting in without just standing All this time.
The assumption is that there's no harm in trying to push a boundary, and if nobody stops you, you've succeeded.
Today, more than 700,000 Israeli settlers live in the West Bank and East Jerusalem.
We can see this philosophy clearly in Palestine, in the relentless expansion of settlements, and in the continuous testing of what the world will tolerate.
When you find out exactly who you guys are, right? Not according just to the Bible, according to what the fuck they wrote, you're gonna laugh and you're gonna see why it's important for them to act this way. And you know what the funny part is? They're all fucking Europeans, dude. They're all Europeans. They're not Arabs, because they even say it themselves.
Right. Pushing these boundaries requires a violence that doesn't remain confined to Palestine. It travels with the settlers.
Hey, brothers, don't let that shit fucking fool you, bro. Those are temporary motherfuckers. Because you and I know that when we go to war, it's not temporary. You understand what I mean? These motherfuckers are very soft. They need guns. They need all that help they can get. All that, the Bible too, Talmud, shit. But when it comes to the real MESHIACHA power, nah, bro, don't even worry about it.
Genocide, you do. Fuck you, motherfucker. Okay. You love Palestine. I love Palestine. Cool.
That's my money, okay? Build your country. Oh, wow. Okay.
The residents of Siargao Island reported unruly and rude behavior from a group of Israeli tourists.
A pro-Palestinian flag hanging outside a cafe in Siargao. A group of Israeli tourists allegedly destroyed CCTV cameras, threw rocks, and violently assaulted the owners.
There's a hostility and aggression so similar across all these clips. One that seems to exist in another form in the colony as well.
Excuse me, I ordered shakshuka.
Oh, and what is this?
Pizza.
And what did you order?
Shakshuka.
And what is this?
Pizza.
In Israel, we don't say, excuse me, do you know where my coffee is? I've been waiting a while. We say,
there's this image that Israelis seem to have of themselves, that they're direct, they have chutzpah.
Oh, how the fuck are those people Arabs? I mean, how are they from the Middle East? They're Europeans. They're fucking white people. They're no different than Don Trompetas Trump. Oh, that's right. His daughter married one of them. Oh, they're no different than... Oh, come on, dude. Are we really this stupid, man? Come on, fam. Listen, I will die before I become anybody's fucking slave. I'm going to say that to you right now.
Aggression being seen as confidence isn't accidental. For centuries in Europe, Jews were stereotyped as weak, pale, and frail. Early Zionists internalized that image, speaking with contempt about this old Jew, and calling instead for a new Jew, one of a muscular Judaism who was powerful, assertive, and strong enough to colonize Palestine. The contempt for weakness ran so deep that many Holocaust survivors were looked down upon for, quote, going like lambs to the slaughter.
Like the little dude with the big truck. The little... Oh, are you guys... Dude, Edom is so fucking simple, bro. You Edomites are so fucking simple, dude. I'm glad you're here now. I'm glad we're still here today because we are there.
Israel was founded on extreme violence, and none of it was that long ago. The settlers of today are likely the children and grandchildren of the criminals behind the Nakba, who have since carried out many more crimes. So long as it is a settler colony, violence will be its culture, living in the DNA of its settlers. So are we surprised that this behavior is exhibited abroad? There's another place in the world where we can more clearly see how they think. A place that isn't exotic and different, but among people they recognize as their peers. And it's here where a different kind of settler lives, one who is polite and by the book, and who reveals how Zionism sees any land, regardless of the race of who it belongs to. Nestled beneath the Italian Alps is a region called Valsasia. Known as the greenest valley in Italy, it's a landscape of forested mountains and quiet towns. It's also becoming home to a growing community of Israelis.
Minacciano il sindaco, ma il vero bersaglio sono le famiglie israeliane trasferite in Valsesia.
Vanno a scuola con i nostri ragazzi, fanno calcio, fanno sport con i nostri ragazzi.
Un'oasi di pace minata da questo proiettile recapitato direttamente in comune.
They're part of an initiative called Progetto Beta, launched by an Israeli-Italian, which has already brought in 80 Israeli families to the region. The arrangement is presented as a win-win. Valsasia was suffering from demographic decline, and these Israelis were looking for a new place to call home. They're middle class, educated, very secular.
They're all white looking. They're not from the Middle East. You're not from Jerusalem. You're not from that fucking region. I don't understand why is it so complicated to fucking see this, dude. Look at all these fucking pale-skinned white people. And then they go and say that everybody around them is an Arab. What the fuck, man?
And believes that Israel was once a democracy that is now crumbling. Not because of the genocide or apartheid settler colonialism, but because this Zionism doesn't fit with their fantasy of what it should be. This group of settlers are what's known as liberal Zionists. And to understand them, we need to understand why they left. It began in early 2023.
Protesters blocked roads and scuffled with police in Tel Aviv on Wednesday morning, incensed by a controversial plan to overhaul the Israeli judicial system.
Born in Israel, I fought for 30 years in this country to save this country. Now I'm fighting against the dictatorship. It's going to happen.
A judicial reform had hundreds of thousands of Israelis out in the streets.
Fuck all these white people claiming to be from there and they're not. They're all Europeans, bro. They're all Cracker Barrel, dirty bastards, motherfuckers that never wiped their asses. Have you guys seen the fucking movie called The 13th Warrior? Or have you read the book called The 13th Tribe? They used to fucking drink from their own snots. I mean, they didn't care about no... Dude, if you guys understood exactly what they were doing to their own kids, you really want me to show you? Fuck them, bro. I am disgusted by these motherfucking Khazars.
Mostly secular Jews. They're the largest group in Israel and are the backbone of its economy.
Unfortunately, many of my friends check the options in other countries.
I will not raise my kids in a country which is not democratic.
Fearing the collapse of what they believe is Israeli democracy, many began leaving to settle elsewhere. That's when Project Beta began. This article starts with a quote written by one of the settlers. As the number of hours of light in their country's democracy keeps diminishing, more and more Israelis are arriving in the mountainous valley in their search for a new start. Underlying all this is a layer of pain, the pain of good Israelis, who believed that after 2,000 years they could rest on their laurels, but were now taking up the wanderer's staff once again. Notice how he says good Israelis. The founder of Project Beta uses similar language, saying he wanted to help, quote, good Israelis escape what Israel was becoming. Inherent in all this is a kind of entitlement. If it's not working out here, I have the right to go and try this project elsewhere. Zionism claims it is a movement of return, and yet all the...
I will say that there's going to be a point where that people are going to have to fucking, battle with certain people and shit, and you're going to have to fucking decide what the fuck you're going to have to do. And I don't mean it like a fucking wobble-ass, stupid-ass motherfucker that showed up earlier. Like, oh my God, you're going to have to find out who the... We know who are the actual indigenous people of this continent. We know who they are. But when it comes to these motherfuckers over here, bro, it's going to get really heavy duty. You'll see.
These people who acknowledge how essential they are to the makeup of the colony feel comfortable abandoning the project to try it elsewhere. The settler mentality is not bound to Palestine. That was just a convenient narrative. You can hear it in how they talk about the town they've moved to in Italy. There's something virginal about this place, in the sense of innocent but also open. It wants to be fertilized. Notice that
the same shit here when they came over here, family. When I show you that fucking, I'm telling you, man, I think it's time. Gird up your loins.
the valley isn't described as an existing home with its own history, which goes back for centuries. And you can hear it in how they talk about Palestine, the land they claim is their homeland. With all due respect for the talk about the beautiful land of Israel, Israel is perhaps beautiful compared to Syria or Saudi Arabia, but Europe and the Alps are a different world. This is not
where you're fucking from, you stupid animal.
Surprising when every settler quoted in the article is a settler from somewhere else.
Sono israeliani, ma molti sono francesi, portoghesi, tedeschi.
To be a settler is to have no relationship with the land. It's just a place to settle. And to feel entitled to it over its indigenous inhabitants takes a certain cocktail of supremacy and entitlement. For one of the
So now you know who the Nazis were, or are, or have been, who lied to about numbers, digits, or history, or facts, or whatever the fuck fiction was. Fuck you, you fucking Khazars. Fuck you. You will always be my enemy. I don't give a flying fuck what you say. You know, here's the reality about you motherfuckers. Can never attack me because you know I am a Hebrew. You know that. This is what we're dealing with, family. Disgusting, fucking, fake-ass, dirty-ass Khazars who love to eat babies and shit.
There's in Italy, a life coach specializing in consciousness studies. The push to leave the colony came in October 2023. She needs quiet to work. And when she realized that she'd have to give courses from her safe room, she decided to leave. The biggest threat to Israel is religion, and it's a threat that cannot be resolved. And when it comes into confrontation with a conflict over land, that's a place I can no longer live in. There's so much to unpack there, but the biggest takeaway is how far removed she is from reality, and from how she is a settler and not a victim. Where does this victimization come from?
Europeans saying, oh my God, I can't seem to live in the Middle East because I'm all these Arabs. So I'm going to have to find a new place. Oh, this is wonderful over here. It's typical fucking Edomite shit. Bro, come on, man. These Nazis were Jews. These Jews were Nazis. Stop it. Stop playing games, bro. Come on, man. Why are you guys lying? Matter of fact, who fumigated our people in 1917? Who fumigated us? Who supposedly tried to do it over there in the, in camps over there? Well, who the fuck did you practice it on, you piece of shits? I mean, think about it. Who are their scientists? You see, these Anglos and then these Saxons, because they're two different types of tribes, because they're mutts. These mutts are complaining about these Jews, supposedly Jews, like helping them out, but at the same time, loving that they're helping them out. Bro, you guys are both disgusting.
Tens of thousands of Israeli high school students fly to Poland each year to learn firsthand about the Holocaust.
זה בעיקר מה שאני רוצה להרגיש במסע, את התחושת של לא לסלוח ולא לשכוח.
Israeli children are immersed from an early...
Hey, what happened to the actual Holocaust that occurred when you motherfuckers showed up to our lands? This is why, bro, I'm going to do this fucking class. I have it all set. Sorry, fam. I know I have to show it again. But when you see exactly who showed up to our lands, then you need to look at these motherfucking stupid ass kids and their mamas and their... Fuck you. I don't feel sorry for your ass when our creator comes down and fucking burns you in pieces. pieces and fucking destroys every single one of you motherfuckers and grabs your babies just like the way you grabbed our babies and smashed them against the fucking bricks. That's exactly what you did to our people. And that's exactly what the Most High is going to do to you motherfuckers. We know you are not those motherfucking people in the Bible. And guess what? If we weren't those people, okay, it's all good. But they need to be revenged because you cannot destroy people like that. Smallpox, taking their lands, taking the language, taking their heritage, taking their heritage. Remember, it says in 33 and 44 that they will basically be above you, meaning what? They'll take over your fucking heritage. You feel sorry for these motherfuckers? I don't.
Age and stories of exile, persecution, and catastrophe. Holocaust education begins in nursery school and continues all the way until graduation, all with the undertone that there is the constant possibility that history could repeat itself.
מלבד זה יוצא איתכם גם מאבטחים, יוצאים איתכם מאבטחים. המאבטחים לא יאפשרו לכם ליצור שום קשר עם האוכלוסייה המקומית. תפגשו שם אנשים שלא אוהבים אותנו.
זה כאילו היכולת שלנו, שאתה יודע שאף אחד לא סובל אותך, אבל אתה גאה בזה.
לא יודעת, על כל מיני דברים כאלה. ובעצם כשהילד יודע שיש לו שונאים, זה גורם לך איזה סוג של כעס לצד השני, לכאב, כעס, אפילו שנאה.
Fresh from learning all of that, by 18, nearly every Jewish Israeli enters the occupation forces. It's this perpetual victimhood that makes soldiers who have committed war crimes still believe in the Zionist project.
Many of the soldiers this therapist sees.
You want to know something? This one verse, I'm going to read it, man. I can't fucking wait for this shit to happen to you. Stupid, dirty, fucking ugly, nasty, disgusting beast of fucking humans. Your flesh smells like shit. Everything about you is fucking horrible. Scriptures say, man, I wish for the salvation of my people and destruction of my enemy. But you want to know what's the most beautiful thing that I'm going to see? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the greatness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom he had sometimes in derision, in a proverb, in a reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and he is to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? I raise my kids and I teach them exactly what they know about who they are. But I also tell them that at any moment, the Creator can take that from you when you fucking feel like you are better than other people. You know better than nobody, but nobody's better than you. These motherfuckers are not like that. They're just hateful rats. They're hateful, fucking uncivilized, stupid fucking beast of the earth. And I'm glad that the Most High is going to destroy you motherfucking Khazars.
Say they don't regret their actions.
Most understand very well why we went to war, but for a few, it's an issue.
The settlers in Valsacia seem to have problems with how Israel is running. But they still believe, or once strongly did, in the Zionist project. We brought up our children on Zionist ideals because all in all, we believed in the state. We all volunteered for a year of community service and served in the IDF, the miracle that is known as the establishment of the State of Israel and its values of solidarity.
Yeah, but now that you look at what I'm sharing with you, how is that any different than what they're saying? How is that any different than what these motherfuckers are saying, or what the fucking Anglo-Saxons are saying? They're no different. You see, the thing is, brother, in case you didn't know this, those guys are not Judah, bro. They're Canaanites. They're straight up fucking dirty ass Canaanites. And they've been lying to our people for a long time. They are the ones that brought smallpox to the Americas. They're the reason why a lot of our people decimated. Now, I'm not saying that it was only them that brought disease. The white man brought it too. But they brought smallpox. And they'll never tell you. And this is probably the only channel that ever talks about it, bro. I've been saying this shit since 2022.
All that is vanishing. Most settlers in the article seem to think this way, that the problem is Netanyahu's government, religious extremism, the occupation, not the concept of a settler colonial ethno-state. These people haven't rejected Zionism. They just think it's gone.
They're rejecting Netan fucking fuck you, but they're not rejecting that they think that they're the people of the Bible. Those Talmudic motherfuckers that rape their children. Yeah, I said it because they do that. I got a video literally that says it, bro.
Of course. And when the sun sets on one settler fantasy, it rises on another. Italy, or Greece, Portugal, Cyprus, the US, depending on which group you're in. There's New Israeli Village with the goal of establishing a city of leading Israelis in another country. Another group called New Israel, Israeli State, Democratic Liberal is looking to make a massive land purchase and is considering Cyprus. Other groups include Israel 2.0, Noah's Ark 2.0, and Plan B.
The anti-Israeli graffiti is found on almost every wall in Athens.
In Greece, there's been an Israeli real estate invasion.
You have actual kibbutzes that are being formed outside of Thessaloniki. You have eco-retreats for IOF soldiers to find rehabilitation for their trauma after genociding.
In Cyprus, Israelis are buying up a lot of property.
Βλέπουμε να εξελίσσονται φαινόμενα δημιουργίας κλειστών περιοχών, γκέτο, από υπηκόους του Ισραήλ, με δημιουργία σιωνιστικών σχολείων και συναγωγών.
And this goes all the way to the top. The governments of Greece and Cyprus are acting as Israel's genocidal wingmen. They've become closer than ever in defense, diplomacy, and energy.
They even signed a deal, which actually is quite a colonial one. It gives the right to the Israeli Defense Forces and Air Force to use Greek airspace and Greek territory for practicing war games without even the consent of the Greek government. That's becoming a satellite of another country.
Training for war in foreign and unknown territory, with most training actually being carried out in Cyprus.
Across the world, governments are opening their doors to more Zionist presence. The great irony in all this is that while Israelis travel to detox or find themselves or settle elsewhere because life has become too hard, the Palestinians they dispossess to fulfill this fantasy that they're fleeing from can barely move, not even within Palestine, let alone across the world. There is an entitlement and a violence and a delusion baked into Zionism that doesn't contain itself within the colony's borders. It is a settler ideology, and settlers don't stop being settlers when they cross a border. A special thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Doing this work takes time.
I'll be honest, man, that shit is sad. Because at the end of the day, dude, there's people suffering behind these videos, bro. And, you know, these motherfuckers are like really the worst that I can imagine, man. Let me read it in case somebody didn't get it. Somebody texted me earlier. Have you ever noticed that BHI elders and so-called prophets claim that Judah is the main tribe and that Issachar is at the bottom? Oh, that barrel tribe. Yeah, well, they do it on purpose because they have an understanding that they're not Hebrews. But, you know, as long as they keep you down, then they still get the power. Scripturally speaking, that's what it says. Here, I'll show you. It's like, for example, if you're pushing around other doctrines, the Most High is not dealing with you. I'm assuming you're reading the Bible. So Judith 5, it's in the Apocrypha. And there's this other nation inquiring about the Israelites. And then let me get to the point. Judith 5:17 says, and while they sinned not before their God, they prospered because the God that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. So, you know what I mean? Like, and then it says, but now that they return to their God, and have come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill countries, for it was desolate. Now, therefore, my Lord Governor, if there be any error against these people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. So when the Israelites are against the ways of the Creator, they get destroyed no matter what. However, and it says, let us go up and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So quite frankly, it's obvious when you're worshiping Jesus and the Virgin Mary. I mean, literally, I just told you, these guys are taking your lands, they're fucking you over, and you're still worshiping Jesus and the Virgin Mary. That's not of the Most High. That's not what he gave us, And I guess you need to be destroyed. Maybe that's what it takes.
The UK, there's been some things happening. In Europe, there has been recently in July 15th, his last appeal was, do everything you can to get me out of this place, because he has been tortured. They have taken his reading glasses, his medication, and pain medication, of course, and he's subjected to all sorts of torture, and he is really, really fearing for his life. Just a few days before that, there was another appeal from Dr. Abu Safiye, where he said they were in the process of transporting him from one facility to another, and his appeal was just this: they are taking me there to kill me. I don't expect to get out of this alive. This might be the end. And so, we are hearing his appeals. We are hearing this, and, the world continues to behave.
They don't see us or them any different, fam. But, again, I showed you guys that we migrated from that section. Maybe it's time to start wondering if maybe that I was just right. I would advise you to, here, let me give you the link real quick. I'll show you real quick. I don't know why it keeps signing me out, bro. This is so fucking stupid. This is bothering me a lot.
Right now, the Israeli...
The hell? I would say... I think that's it. Or something to that effect. This is probably the best short version of it. Let me post it. What time is it? 1:48. It's right there. Just want to see if you guys need to find out exactly who the fuck we are, bro. I don't think you guys understand that, man. Dude, there's a link right there. And I was the first one to ever share with you that we migrated from the East. And I gave a lot of examples. I have more classes on that to add to it. But I think you guys should really look into that. There's a reason why they treat them the same way they treat us. I don't know why. It's complicated for y'all to understand that we may have some brethren somewhere else. Remember, the 10 tribes migrated somewhere, family. Yeah, have a good night, man. I hope you appreciate the music.
estamos aquí. Mírame, estamos aquí. Desde hace rato, cuando ustedes llegaron, ya estaban las huellas de nuestros zapatos. Se robaron hasta la comida de gato y todavía se están lamiendo el plato. Bien encabronados con estos ingratos. Hoy le doy duro a los tambores hasta que me acusen de maltrato. Si no entiendes el dato, pues te lo tiro en cumbia, bossa nova, tango o vallenato. A lo calaboy y bambú, bien frontú, con sangre caliente como Timbuktu. Estamos dentro del menú. Tupac se llama Tupac por Tupac Amaru del Perú. América no es solo USA, papá. Esto es desde Tierra del Fuego hasta Canadá. Hay que ser bien bruto, bien hueco. Es como decir que África es solo Marruecos. Estos canallas se les olvidó que el calendario que usan se lo inventaron los mayas con la Valdivia precolombina. Desde hace tiempo, este continente camina, pero ni con toda la marina pueden sacar de la vitrina la peste campesina. Esto va para el capataz de la empresa. El machete no es solo para cortar caña, también es para cortar cabeza.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Los paramilitares, las guerrillas, los hijos del conflicto, las pandillas, las listas negras, los falsos positivos, los periodistas asesinados, los desaparecidos, los narcogobiernos, todos los que robaron, los que se manifiestan y los que se olvidaron, las persecuciones, los golpes de estado, el país en quiebra, los exiliados, el peso devaluado, el tráfico de droga, los carteles, las invasiones, los emigrantes sin papeles, 5 presidentes en 11 días, disparo a quemarropa por parte de la policía, más de 100 años de tortura, la nova trova cantando en plena dictadura. Somos la sangre que sopla la presión atmosférica. Gambino, mi hermano, esto sí es América.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.